And the other thing is that those limiting beliefs, a lot of times how we parent is based on how we were parented or experiences we had as children. And we don't realize sometimes how large a role that plays in what we're doing now, not only when we parent, but in our lives. I tell people,
It's massive.
I wasn't born a fixer. I was raised a fixer. So therefore, it really was, getting out of that, because I thought if I fixed it meant that whoever I was fixing it for would love me. That was not the case, because I taught people how to treat me. So sometimes people didn't even, not even sometimes, 98% of the time, no one had to come and ask me to do anything for them. I'd hear, or they'd say something to somebody else, and here I was trying to fix it, and it's exhausting. But that was some limiting beliefs I grew up with that I later found out I made some assumptions that were, not true, but I didn't know that until I really went through the work of figuring it out. So I want parents to know that I'm here to help them figure all those things out so that they can enjoy their lives. And, it's that it used to be a thing that they said, if you wanted time to yourself, you are a selfish parent. That is not the case. It's needed. You need time to yourself. So I want parents to know that there is a way to have it all, whatever all means to them.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting. Again, you said you was raised a fixer. Yeah, you was raised in a certain way. So what that makes me think about is, as children in that young period of time, that's when their subconscious mind is open and is receiving everything, all of the input, all of the information, everything, and creating their paradigms. And our paradigms is what controls us. As much as we consciously want to think, oh, we want to do this, we want to do that, but our subconscious, our paradigms are in our subconscious mind. And that's what actually controls our behaviors. And all our behaviors are habitual. Paradigms control our habitual behaviors, and all behaviors are habitual. And our paradigms are created in that time as a young child, when our subconscious mind is open to all that. It's like that sponge. We know of that sponge period. We know that in the child's development, the developmental period is up until 7, 8, 9. They're becoming that sponge, and then their logical mind starts developing, and then that's when the conscious and they get things. But the paradigm's already set. Then the beliefs are already set. The limiting beliefs are already set. And so in this, when I talk about transforming a generation, it's like, I want us parents to be aware of the paradigms that we are creating for our children when they're at that age, and to be conscious of not creating those limiting paradigms, and being open to the different beliefs that could be set in there, to the ones that actually allow you to grow, to prosper, to move into your next levels, for our children to, to know their magnificence within them, and we have to be so careful. And even if we've already embedded a paradigm that we know, even if we become to that awareness. So imagine now your child is 10 years old and that sponge is already kind of like done, and the logical mind is thinking, but you're aware that there's certain things that you could have done to make the changes. Let's think. This is why I talk about sowing the seeds of success within us and within our children. We need to be aware of the impact that we have on our children, that we have on their conscious beliefs, that we have on their limiting beliefs, that we have on everything that they're doing, and then ensure that we sow the seeds within us. We lead by example, that our children can see. Because even then, you see what you was talking about in terms of when you don't leave things outside and you come home and react possibly the same situation, but depending on how you are feeling, and is the way that you respond. Yeah, depending on that. And so that tells you that it's our perception, it's our responses, it's what we do. They also then learn how to overcome challenges, how to react in those situations. They learn all of these things from us. They learn what struggle, how to deal with struggle based on how we've dealt with struggle. All of those things, there's so much that they get from us, whether we're consciously aware of it or not. So, you know, it's very important that we become aware of these things so that we can, you know, plant the good seeds and counteract the things. We're not perfect at all, but by awareness we can make corrections. By awareness we can say, you know what, I know that wasn't the best way to do it, I should have done this, but we're and have those kind of conversations with our children. That's what makes the difference. We're not looking for perfection, we're looking for awareness.
Exactly.